your body is constantly fighting off pathogens. Right now, your cells could be battling bacteria that you inhaled when someone sneezed next to you on the bus this morning. And your cells are doing that by producing chemicals to kill them. The bacteria, not the person who sneezed, although they might need to be reprimanded as well. So typically your immune response is appropriate for the threat at hand. So there must be something regulating this to make sure that the response isn't too much or too little. And a known regulator that I'm very interested in is a protein called polyno-2. So polyno-2 just basically ensures that the immune response is appropriate for the threat. So I'm quite interested in polyno-2 from the point of view of, well, if it's regulating the immune response, could it be regulating some diseases? And a disease I'm particularly interested in is chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, or COPD, so a lung disease. So at this point, I'd like to introduce you to the owner of the lung on the slide here, called Tom. So Tom has been a smoker since he was a teenager. He's not been too concerned about smoking-related diseases because his granny smoked till she was 95 with no issues. But Tom is 35, and he's finding he can't catch his breath, not just when going upstairs or running for the bus, but all the time. Tom has COPD, this disease I am interested in. So he has the shortness of breath, emphysema, and chronic bronchitis. So Tom goes to the doctor thinking, they can cure cancer these days, surely I can get something for this, isn't it only a cough? But unfortunately for Tom, and 400,000 other people in Ireland, there is no cure for COPD. You can treat it with inhalers and steroids, you can even stop smoking, and it will continue to get worse. Because what's happening here is the immune system is degrading the lungs in response to smoke. So, remember where I said the immune response is typically appropriate? Well, sometimes it makes a mistake. So here, specific cells of the immune system called neutrophils are producing the killing chemicals in response to smoke. But you can't kill smoke. So it ends up just degrading the air sacs in the lungs, and it means you can't breathe. And that's about as simply and as complex as I can explain this disease because we know so little about it, or why some people get it and others don't. So my project has been focusing on this immune regulator, polyno-2, and saying, well, if it regulates the immune response, could it be involved in the development of COPD? And it is early days yet, but it turns out that it actually, yes, it might be involved in the development of COPD. And so this is quite a useful piece of information, because this might help to explain why some people get it, like Tom, and others don't, like his granny, why some people develop more severe forms. But the ultimate goal would be to use this information to identify a protein that could be manipulated towards better treatments and allow Tom to breathe easy again.